Hey guys, welcome to Liverpool United. Welcome to another video. And right now it's time to give the season best team of the season awards. In my opinion, this is the best 11 players that for me have had fantastic individual performances throughout the season that have been very consistent. And let me just tell you that this was a very hard list to make for the most part, because in my opinion, not everything was defined. It was very close for some players. I've been changing players in and players out, and it's been really close, but not because players are out of this 11 doesn't mean that they haven't been able to compete. I'm going to give some honorable mentions for some players that I think could have made it into this 11. And there's a lot more names that I'm going to be forgetting, so let's get started with the lineup. We have Marc-André ter Stegen in net, who in my opinion has been the best goalkeeper in the world. I think that this season he has given Barcelona more points than any other goalkeeper in the world. Obviously, in my opinion, the second best goalkeeper in the world this season has been Alisson. And if you put Alisson ahead of ter Stegen, I think I wouldn't be against it. I think that ter Stegen has been better, and I think that I'm being unbiased in this situation, but if you put Alisson ahead of ter Stegen, I think that is also fair. You have Jordi Alba. Again, I think he's been the best left back in the world. I think his output has been fantastic. What he's given us strength in the wings, where we really that's the only way Barcelona have any depth in the wings is with Jordi Alba go pumping forward, and it's been fantastic for Jordi Alba. Again, if you want to put Andy Robertson, it would be still fantastic at the end. I wouldn't be against it. I just think that Jordi Alba has been slightly better than Robertson this season. Then you have Virgil van Dijk and Gerard Piqué as centre backs. I think that Virgil van Dijk has been the best centre back in the world this season. I think that that's undisputable. I think that Piqué was close, like he made it just because, but he's been really good this season. I think for winning La Liga, reaching the Champions League semi-finals, and overall just doing a good season. He's been in the field, the second best center back in the world, but I want to say that Matthijs de Ligt has been really close to being the second best center back in the world. I put him in the bench, and I think that it was really unfortunate that Matthijs de Ligt doesn't make it into this 11. Then you have the right back, and you have Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think that he's been world class this season. He has been great. It was really weird to me that he didn't start against Barcelona in the first leg. I thought that Liverpool lost a lot going forward, and I think Trent Alexander has a bright future as a right back for the Liverpool. He's been the best right back, and I think close. It's been a good performance from him. And I think that Joao Cancelo from Juventus has been also really good this season. He's going forward and defensively has been fantastic for Juve. I just think that Trent Alexander-Arnold has been slightly better than Joao Cancelo. But again, all these players were world class this season, and it's really hard to pick this 11. Frankie de Jong, Gini Wijnaldum, and Bernardo Silva make my midfield trio. I think that Gini Wijnaldum has been fantastic for Liverpool. Frankie de Jong has been world-class for Ajax. I think he's one of the reasons that Ajax made it that far in the Champions League, that they've won the Eredivisie, that Gini Wijnaldum helped Liverpool to the Champions League final, was crucial in that second leg against Barcelona. Bernardo Silva, in my opinion, the best centre midfielder in the Premier League this season. He's been underrated. I think he's been world class. He's the Pep Guardiola player. He's exactly what he wants. Someone that's going to give an attitude, that's going to be intense, that has a lot of good technique. He's a perfect player for Pep Guardiola, and you know what? He's a really interesting opportunity. Barcelona want to sign another midfielder that I wouldn't go for, but he will be a fantastic signing for Barcelona or for any club that's trying to play that kind of football. And then you have players like Fernandinho, Thiago. There's a lot of midfielders that miss this list, but I think Frankie de Jong in the pivot position with Wijnaldum and Bernardo Silva as the interior midfielders have been the best this season. And then you have a forward line of Mohamed Salah, Kylian Mbappe, and Lionel Messi, who I think they've been the best three forwards. I think that Mbappe, although it's been in the French league, he did put the team on his back for most of the season with Cavani and Neymar out for parts of crucial moments of the season. He did do everything that he could in that Champions League round of 16 against Manchester United. He was just not able to do more than that. And for his performances alone, I think that he deserves to be in this list. You have Mohamed Salah, who in my opinion has been the second best player in the world this season, at least in attack, next to Lionel Messi. And if he wins the Ballon d'Or, it will be outrageous because Messi's been by far better than everyone else. But Salah it's been a really good contender to battle Messi for the Ballon d'Or. His performances for Liverpool have been good. Anyone that says that he's been not as good as last season, well, one, you're expecting him to be that much of a goal scorer, when in my opinion he's scored a lot of goals and he's been really crucial for Liverpool. And he has delivered, so it's not been like, you shouldn't judge a player how good he is because of the goals he scores, but how he contributes to his pressure, his intensity, his good quality with the ball, his goals that he scored, the assists that he's provided. Everything has been fantastic from Mohamed Salah. And then you have Lionel Messi, who I think is being clearly the best player in the world this season, again and again and again and again. He doesn't need to prove anything else. Any season that Lionel Messi for the 2008-09 season, he should have the Ballon d'Or. He's been the best player this season. He's got a lot of goals, a lot of assists, been crucial in a lot of moments. And it's a shame that he hasn't won a Champions League because Barcelona keep doing things the wrong way, and he's not allowed to progress in the way that he should. There's players like Lewandowski, Sterling, Hazard. Like, there's just a lot of forwards that we could have put in this list. They were all fantastic this season, but I think Messi, Salah, and Mbappe have been the best of the best that I've been able to see this season. I think that best manager of the season has to go for Guardiola. I think that he's been the best. He's been pushed to do 98 points, and Liverpool did 97. I think that was so close. He won a domestic treble, never done ever in the history of the sport. He almost reached the Champions League semi-finals by a little bit. He almost reached it. It was unfortunate. He will eventually win another Champions League if he has a little bit of luck, because the Champions League, you do need luck to win it. Every Champions League that you see at any point of any Champions League winner has had at one moment of the campaign. Sorry for the but yeah, it's been difficult this season to watch Barcelona. And I put 3 players from Barcelona who I think I put 4 players from Barcelona who I think it's all deserved. And there's the most players in the squad are from Barcelona and Liverpool. Doesn't mean that, well, Liverpool have been, in my opinion, one of the best teams in the world this season. Barcelona, by inertia, have been one of the best teams in the world this season, but we are not being nearly as good as we should have been. A good Barcelona would have had a lot more players in this 11 if they would have given their actual level. We didn't, and individuals don't make a team. A team makes a team, and that's why teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, even teams like Tottenham Hotspur and Ajax show that collectively they are better than the sum of the parts. I think that a team like Ajax, it's been the best team of the season, in my opinion, by their budget that they have and the football that they've shown. They've played the best football this season. It's been fantastic to watch. I hope that the young can transmit that to the Camp Nou next season and that we can start doing things differently. It would be very, very good to see Arthur and Frankie de Jong play next to each other in the coming season. I think that it's going to be a really interesting Premier League season coming up next. If Spurs can sign a few players, Chelsea have the transfer in, maybe they can get a return, maybe not. They can get some of the youngsters being developed, like Reece James, like you have the Derby County loanee, you have a few players that you could develop at Chelsea, and it'll be really interesting to watch next season without Hazard. You have Unai Emery's Arsenal ready for next season, the revolution in Manchester United, Liverpool going ahead for another try at the Premier League title, the League on, Serie A, Bundesliga. Very interesting things to watch next season. Well, with all that said and done, this was my 11. Leave me your comments in the comment section below. Who would have you put in your start 11 for this team of the season? And with all that said and done, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one, Blaugranes.